Hello, people. Welcome. I've been thinking about because I've been recently watching a lot of stories about D&D, terrible decisions, blah blah blah. You know the deal. I felt a bit inspired. So let me tell you a small story. When I was in Spain, I usually DM from time to time. It just reminded me of one particular story that I had to DM. One of the last sessions that I did before I came here to London. Let me put you a story. It was only me and two more players. One was my friend, one was an acquaintance. They both played with my games. I actually knew them. So we were starting a new game, just the three of us, because my previous campaign I had to cancel it because I started dating, and also because I have like a 15 player something like that, so I was doing three sessions per week. It was crazy. I couldn't cope, so I have to show that because I was managing three different groups. Let's see. They were just starting. One, my friend, he was a fighter. He usually used the name Jace. The other one, I already knew him. He was a very nice guy. He wanted to play a paladin, a human paladin. The story is about the paladin, and paladins are, for me, first class. I mean, I play paladin when I have the opportunity to play as a player. I always play paladin. And someone is interrupting me. Okay. Well, so we were starting a new game, so I remember I started adventuring Waterdeep. For starters, you know what's underneath Waterdeep is the undermountain. So I was trying to do like the first layers of the undermountain in a way, but this was the first layers of the kind of undermountain was a sewer. So the city guard, as always, two new adventurers, so they will have to just find a group of goblins that they have settled into the sewers and just try to get as many proof of kills. So the mission was simple. My adventures, they are usually very broad. I don't like to run a campaign, I just like to release my players into the world. So imagine, there were new adventures, level 1, they had already experience with me, I had already experience with them. So nothing was out of the blue. Everything was pretty normal. They had a pretty tough fight because especially stealth was not their thing. And I have a homebrew item which is called the Pair of Fairy Spell, and it's just basically a pair that you throw it and it can cast any spell at random. So in the previous day they had a fight with goblins, and there were a number because there's just a warrior and a paladin, and they didn't play it like they were doing a lot of noise, blah blah, you know, the usual stuff. What happened, it was a pretty hard combat. They used the pair, they summoned fire elemental. The fire elemental blocked the way and fight it till it was done. So they were keen, they were accurate, so they managed to save the day. The next session, because we ended that session that day, they wanted to go in again, but because of the fire elemental, because there was like a downstairs, and the fire element just basically, meanwhile he was fighting, he melted the stairs, so that path was blocked. So they just changed a bit the layout, you know, the GM. I don't want to kill my players, I want to just play with them. Okay, yeah, you fail, blah blah, okay, let's try to sort this out. So I present you this kind of situation. I don't remember it exactly. I had what I called like a fool's trap. So something that very obvious that it was a trap. Let's see. Do you know about mimics? I think pretty much everyone knows about mimics. Mimic. Oh yeah. Yeah, I legally buy this one Humble Bundle as well when they sold out. So mimic. These are the mimics of Pathfinder. So you know the deal. The chest that is laying around, and it's just basically mimicking a treasure chest. Everything is alright, but the whole point to tell them is a trap. Okay, let's put this situation over here. There was a beggar over here. He made a cozy home in the sewers. It was a simple premise because obviously a beggar in the sewers, he doesn't want to use coin. He preferred to use food. Anything that it was edible, he would rather prefer that than coin. It was my kind of way to use a trade system that didn't involve money, because also they were pretty new and they had money. It was a beggar, they could trade things with him. He will trade things with them, things that they fall into the sewer, like potions. So, and he told them, don't go into the corridor to the left because there is danger. What is the danger, you may ask? So imagine this situation: blood on the floor, like that, and then bones all over, like this, alright? And then, what do you have over here? You have treasure. So imagine having 1, 2, and 3. So, wow, 3 chests. We know what happened. Okay, oh wow, there is chests. Wow, this is amazing, 3 chests. The players knew that something was up. I told them something is up. Don't go to the left, go to the right. Obvious trap. Something's up. My 2 players, which I'm gonna represent with 2 random NPCs here, they were looking at it from the distance, of course. The warrior said, nah, that's obviously a trap. We don't want to get it into there. But the paladin, he was not the kind of guy who would like to go out of his comfort zone. Actually, I never seen him and I tried to tell him, come here, like outside of D&D, but he was like a very, very like household person. He didn't like to go out, he didn't like to socialize. The only way that he socialized, it was through a D&D, our group. I think he really, really wanted to get those chests. As a level 1 character, you see all of this and you say, fuck it, it's an obvious trap, let's go. He really, really, really wanted to get those chests. So, he said, the first thing that he said, he was like, I want to get a pebble, and I want to throw it at the chest, to see if there is any trap. So, the first thing that he did was, he threw a pebble into the mimic. So the mimic didn't react. Instead, the adhesive, because mimics, they can actually automatically attach anything that touches them, obviously, so they can nom players. They don't grow arms like in Dark Souls and they take you and they nom you. This is the issue. Obviously, he threw pebbles at the 3 of them. The 3 of them were mimics. Not only one, the 3 of them. It was a very obvious trap for fools. So the guy said, And then the warrior said, something is up. Don't go. Don't try to get near those chests. Then he tried to get one of the bones and he threw it at the mimics. Same result. The warrior was like, what the fuck, man, let's go. And he said, nah, treasure. I knew that eventually he will try to open that chest. But I didn't know that he was like that greedy or foolish, or he didn't expect it to be a trap. So, he had a sword and he had a dagger. I always recommend for everyone to carry a small dagger. You don't know how useful they are. He said, I'm gonna approach one chest and I'm gonna stab it with my dagger. Oh boy! The thing with mimics is they have AC 16. And let's say it was flat-footed. They're not gonna go down that easily, especially for a level 1 is CR 4. Yikes. The adhesive went through. When the mimic got stabbed by the dagger, the dagger got attached to the mimic. Paladin, instead of running away, leaving the dagger behind, he tried to unstuck his dagger. That's when the mimic took his chance. Mimics do what the mimics do. I think it's on the custom, right? Mimic. Oh wait. I have a monster that is a mimic. I think I didn't implement it yet. The 3 of them, they came back to life. Obviously, they went after the Paladin. The Father knew that the Paladin was done for. He actually survived the first round. Lucky rolls, or me taking pity for the guy. So he was like, drop the dagger, let's run. And I think he didn't actually, he thought, I can kill this. I was perplexed. The very first adventure, and I put like a little, very obvious trap, and they fell, and the Paladin fell for it. you know what happens next, right? Big oof. So the Paladin is no more. The fighter did the obvious thing. I said, fuck this, I'm gonna go. My first level Paladin got killed by the most obvious trap that you would ever imagine. Yeah, I know. It was kind of OP that I put mimics for level 1 characters, like 3 of them. But he was so into getting those things on the chest that I had to teach him a lesson. Basically, when the fighter came back to see what was remaining, the chest, they went back to their place, and adding to the bones was the corpse of the fighter, which they actually had ingested. It wasn't the nicest sight, so he tried to sneak in, get a piece of the Paladin, and ran off. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have some pity on this guy. It's gonna resurrect him, but without any armor, without his equipment, without anything. Why? Simple. Mate, you just got mauled by the most obvious trap ever. So sometimes your instincts, if they say this is an obvious trap, and you are just saying, let's go, this is an obvious trap, we are not gonna lose any time here. Look at those bones, look at the blood, there is only 3 chests. We even got warned about this. So what happened with the Paladin? So the fighter took one of his remains and he went to the beggar. And he was like, beggar, we went to the left. And the beggar obviously facepalmed. And he said, well, I might have something for him if you have the right price. Give me all your food. The fighter gave him all his food. The beggar had a true resurrection scroll, because I felt pity on the guy. It's the start of the adventure. I didn't want to kill a player character. I wanted him to continue this adventure with me. And later on, I lectured him and said, I think if you went over the wall, I just tell you, don't be silly. Next time, if you see an obvious trap like this, don't fall for it. Just walk away, because you are a player character, but you are not supposed to always win the situation. Sometimes you need to take a step back and think. So as a punishment, I gave him what I called another armor. It was already past his time, so I had a -1 AC. The armor and the shield and the sword. Everything was -1. So I don't know what happened, because we basically ended the session not long afterwards. And to this very day, I never had a chance to speak to that guy ever again. And I tried because he wasn't that bad. He was actually a very nice guy. But I don't know if he got traumatized or anything like that, or he didn't expect me to kill his character like that. Since then, I never spoke with him again. Sadly, I think he got traumatized because he was refusing to speak with me. He was refusing to speak with the fighter. And to this very day, I never speak with him again. So I tried first week, second week. I wanted to know if there was something going on. I wanted to know if he was fine. No answer from him. So pretty much I just directly assumed that he didn't want to deal anything with me anymore. We never knew the reason why he just vanished from existing, like poof. So that's my little kind of horror story. See, the other I had a player. He got greedy. He fell into the most obvious trap, and then he disappeared. I don't know where you are. I hope that you are doing fine. I can't help you if you don't want to be helped. Some people, they are just very shut in to the point that they don't want to get out of their comfort zone. Sadly, Pathfinder, D&D in general, it's a game to socialize in the end. And if you have a player that doesn't want to do social things, it's very sad, especially when you were playing with a player for a long time and then he just suddenly, because his character died, vanished. I don't know if it was because I gave him the old armor or the whole situation, but well, Neverwinter Nights and Chance Edition, and you want to help me out, I'm doing a small model. I want to make it a persistent world, and it's just about the Forgotten Realms. I'm just starting with Cormyr, Kalim Sham as starters, I think I have pretty much a lot of thingies going on. I want to play test it. So if you have Neverwinter Nights Enchant Edition, that would be perfect if someone contacted me and they wanted to try it out, to give me a bit of feedback. Thank you for listening to my D&D story. I know it was a bit long, I wasn't that special, but I wanted to emphasize, don't be greedy, listen to the NPCs, listen to your fellow players, and obviously something has bones, blood, and 3 chests. Say fuck it, I'm not gonna go over there. Oh yeah, by the way, if you are interested into like DMing or something like that, or make a small story in Pathfinder, if you want to hook up and do a campaign, I have a lot of books here, I have a lot of classes, I have the bestiary, like I personally say fuck it, I'm gonna put every single page for every single monster I have, and I have like 5 bestiaries right here. I need to actually put even more of them, but I mean it's gonna be Pathfinder first edition, it's my favorite one. If you really want to sign up, just join my Discord server and speak with me. We might arrange something if you want. So, and I always like to play on the Forgotten Realms pre-spell plague. Yeah, because the spell plague basically for me is awful what happened. And I'll see you there if you are interested. Have a lovely day. Take care. And if you want more stories, I have a couple of them. When I was DMing and when I was a player, and also stories when I played on Neverwinter Nights. And there is a lot of horror stories there. The Neverwinter Nights community can be very cringy at some points. Okay, bye!